Oh my god, you won't believe what I've just found on eBay. I'm going to have to withdraw some petty cash and buy this.
Darren, this magnificent piece here is the last of the petty cash.
Slow down. Chew your food.
The last of the petty cash went down the drain for Twinkies and coffee and a busted chain. No more donuts, no more caffeine rain.
Hello, welcome to the last of the petty cash. My name's Darren McQuade, the Magic Ghostbuster, and this is the legendary
Chris Carter from the Spirit of 84.
Yes, so today's episode we are talking all about this wonderful thing that's between us, and that is the Mondo Peter Venkman. And been after this a while, haven't we, Chris?
Yeah, we've been very, very patient. We've had a little grizzle and a moan, and
fist fights and all that. We've put a lot of makeup on to cover the bruises.
But it eventually arrived, didn't it? What was that, about a week or so ago?
Yeah, maybe even 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah.
It's been one of those. We get busy this time of year, don't we, Chris?
Yeah,
so it's just been like a blur, I think, is the way to describe it. But just before we get started into this, just the usual social media stuff. So obviously follow us on Last of Petty Cash. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram. We're not trendy enough to be on any other social media, are we, Chris? Really?
I am. I'm on Threads, but the rest of the petty, the last
You're
of the
on
petty
Threads?
cash. I'm on Threads, yeah. So,
really?
Yeah, I am. Yeah. An old man like me is on Threads. Yeah.
I mean, I barely know what Threads is, but well done.
I thought it was cotton to actually sew my trousers up, but it's no.
Yeah. Well, I bet you were disappointed.
I was
when you find out what it was.
Yeah.
Yes. I think there's too many social media things personally.
But,
right. Well, that's Spirit of 84 on Threads, not Last of the Petty Cash on Threads. I'm going to start again, so people are clear. So Last of Petty Cash, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and all the different podcast channels,
Spotify,
and all that. You can follow us there. Spirit of 84 is on Threads and
Threads, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok.
You on TikTok as well?
Yeah, I'm pretty down with the kids at times. Yeah, so yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah, here, there, and everywhere.
Right. Well, I'm only on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube as the Magic Ghostbuster. I am technically on Twitter, which I'll get onto in a moment. And Vigo the Cosplaythian. Everyone should follow Vigo because he is the one true god. And that I'll probably just upset a massive amount of people.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the only ones with you tonight are the agnostics.
Yeah, deal with it. Vigo is a legend. Sod you, Gozer.
Yeah.
Vigo is on Facebook and Instagram, but it's not kid-friendly, Vigo.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So any pickups the last couple of weeks, Chris?
So, yeah, a couple of little bits and pieces I've been waiting for. I think a couple of them we'd sort of briefly spoken about. So, first of all, there was this, one of my actual bargains of the year. And it was, I know not everybody likes the film, but it was this amazing crew shirt from 2016. And really liked the design, loved the fact that it had the Columbia Pictures logo, and it's got the...
Yeah, that is a cool design, definitely.
So, and this morning actually, I got a message from Jeff Shrek. Jeff, if you're watching, to say we were t-shirt twinsies, because he's also got one of these in his collection. So that was my absolute bargain. I think that for a crew shirt cost me about just under £10. So the bargains are out there, definitely.
That is good. And for anyone who don't know Jeff Shrek, Jeff has I think he has a unique collection. Yeah. Like, I guess is the way to describe it. He doesn't seem to collect anything of a Ghostbusters logo on, like we do, but he seems to collect very unusual stuff. He has a lot of film
he's got some
crew
really,
merch,
nice high-end items,
and stuff. So definitely check out his Facebook page, which I think is the Shrek Family Ghostbusters Collection.
That's
I believe
right.
is what it's called. So check that out. And yeah, he's got. I think he's got the original graffiti logo from the 2016 film. And I know. Obviously, you said some people are a bit finny about that film. I can't say I liked it, but I did like that graffiti logo. Yeah. I thought it was a cool design. Yeah,
no, he's got some lovely items as well. He's got Dan's charcoal suit as well, hasn't he?
Was it Dan? I thought it was Ernie's. He's got one of them.
I'm sure it's Stan's. It's Stan's one. So,
it's one or the other.
Yeah. So he's got some nice bits to give Jeff a look at.
Absolutely.
Look at the Jeff like Shrek Family Collection. Yeah. Again, he's on Instagram, Facebook, etc. Really nice guy.
Yeah. Is he on Threads though?
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't think he's as cool as you, Chris.
No, I don't either. Shall I carry on?
Yeah, if you want.
Okay. So I've got 2 more items. So this one I was really excited about, and that was this little baby that come up, and that is pretty fantastic.
Yeah. So this is a Kenner crew
Kenner employee.
Yeah, employee. Vest, would you call it a vest?
Yeah, it's a basketball vest.
Yeah.
So, within the Kenner family, they used to do a lot of sports events and that, and they had inter-department competitions. And this comes from the packaging department, and it come up for sale in America, and I was determined to own that because I thought it was just so random and rare, and a bit of Kenner history. So, absolutely over the moon with that.
Very cool.
And that wasn't a tenner actually. That was a little bit more, but
no, if that was a tenner, I would have outbid you.
Yeah.
Have you tried it on?
I haven't, as it goes. No.
You going to?
I might do, but remember, white men can't jump.
No,
so
true.
Yeah. My very last item was kindly picked up for me by a member of the South Inner Sea Ghostbusters, Mr. Miller, John Miller, Time Miller. And he saw this in a little shop nearby to where he worked and texted me and said, "Did you have it?" I said no, and he kindly went back and bought that for me and sent it in the post.
Yeah, and this is the Ghostbusters 2 Make a Mobile activity book, and there's quite a few different GB2 activity books out there, and they're all really rare, especially to get them in good condition. I had one of these that had parts of it missing, and I managed to get an updated one fairly recently as well, actually, funnily enough. But it has colouring, I think it has a maze and stuff, but the main bit is a cardboard mobile that you make on the middle, which is pretty cool.
So that's basically my pickups this week.
Right, so I've got a couple of things to show you. One thing I don't have here, and that is going back to Twitter, because I said I have Twitter. I never use Twitter. I haven't used Twitter since it was actually called Twitter.
You're right.
That's how long ago, because now it's called X, which I find silly, because whenever you read something about Twitter, it's X, formerly called Twitter. So they basically just made the name even longer.
Yeah.
But Ilphonic, who made Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed, did a competition on Twitter called Summer of Slimer, and it was basically upload pictures of you with Slimer, like summery theme.
Yeah. So
I uploaded a couple of pictures. I uploaded one of me with Slimer with an ice cream, and I uploaded one from when we did a promo thing for Frozen Empire in the Baskin Robbins.
That's right.
Thing. So I uploaded a couple of pictures, and I won, surprisingly. First time I posted on Twitter in about 5 years. Yeah, and I've got a cooler, and it's a Yeti cooler, and it's big. It's, I think it's about 40 centimetres tall, maybe a bit bigger than that, and it's basically a khaki coloured, and it's got the Ghostbusters logo printed on it. I don't know what more I can say about it. It's a cooler with a Ghostbusters logo on.
Yeah, but it's nicely done. It's
nicely done.
It's not a cheap low-end cooler. It's a high-end cooler.
Yeah.
With a really nice logo. Not like a vinyl or anything like that.
No, it's printed on it. It's not a sticker.
And I think also Jeff Schreck, Talk of the Devil, he won one as well.
Oh, did he? Oh,
yeah,
I didn't know that. That's good to hear.
Yeah, so your cooler twinsies.
Excellent. I'll let him know. Now, the only issue I had was they don't ship to the US. They ship to the UK.
Yeah.
So I had to have a forwarding address, so I ended up paying to have it shipped to me. And I think I paid about £65, which for the weight and size, I was actually quite surprised.
Yeah, you've done well with that.
But yeah, it's cool. And the coolers themselves, the brand is Yeti. Now, I don't know anything about coolers, but to buy one, you're looking at about £250, which is insane. But there you go. So yeah, I think they've made about 50 in total. I think they made 25 like when the game came out, and another 25. So they're quite rare.
Nice.
Couple other things to show you. This was something you can visit tonight. This is was that NFL or something?
Yeah,
this is one of the Thermoserve mugs, which the idea is because you've got one of a different. I can't remember what yours one was now, but
my one was a beer brand.
That was it. Yeah, basically we're going to get the bottom off and make them the GB2 ones because they are the actual mug.
These are the Thermoserve mugs that are used. There is actually a licensed one which did come out around the time of GB2. It's a black mug as opposed to this white mug. And then there's also a Fujifilm one.
There is. I think that's shorter.
Shorter, that's correct, yeah. So, yeah, there are some variations on this, but...
And then just a couple of little bits to show you in this little folder. So first up is, I've only really bought cheap stuff because I can't remember if we mentioned it in the last one. I've recently bought a home, so money's been a bit tight. But I've got, this was just a cheap eBay find. It's a keyring from Spirit Halloween.
Nice.
And it was on UK eBay. I think I paid about £6 for that shipped. So can't argue with that because the thing is, we often see little things like this come up in America, but by the time you're shipping it end up costing you like 25, 30 quid.
Just for something that's pennies and eighties, really. So.
Yeah, and that, I can't remember the actual original, no, the original actual US dollar price has been peeled off, but I would imagine it was about $5.
Yeah.
The other thing I've got was this pin and keyring. And these, I've got them on eBay. These are actually the ones from the official Ghostbusters shop website, which again, it actually charges quite a lot in shipping.
Yeah.
I paid about 15 quid for these together. So the XO1 keyring is actually gold, it's not yellow. Nice. And it's a nice little Stay Puft pin.
Yeah,
so,
really nice.
Yeah, and then I've got something which I need to give to you, but I will show it off.
Yeah, place that.
Because I've got a few of these. High Sea Ecto Caller bags. And these were paper bags, they were promotional things back in the day. They do one with the Ghostbusters logo and one with Slimer. Other than that, they are just basically brown paper bags. You were supposed to put your lunch in them.
Yeah, that's it.
So there you go, Chris. You at work tomorrow?
I am at work tomorrow.
Are you going to put your lunch in them?
No, I'm not.
No, I didn't think so.
Yeah. So, I mean, you've still got some of these left, Darren, haven't you?
I do have some of them left. So,
yeah,
yes.
Hit Darren up on his media and that, social medias, if you're interested in any of those.
Yeah, I would suggest if you're in the US, probably I wouldn't come to me because the shipping is probably not going to make it worthwhile. But if you're in the UK, it'll be cheaper than importing them, certainly. Yeah. And talking of things for sale, I've also had this made, which is nothing I need to give you. Manhattan Museum of Art patch.
Well, these are very cool.
Yes, so a bit different to your usual Ghostbusters patch. Most Ghostbusters patches of the franchise now do their own variation of the Moogly. But I just, this logo did appear in the film, and I just thought it would make a cool patch. I thought I was the right person to do it, being a Vigo cosplayer. Yeah, and I'm quite pleased how it came out. I think they've done a really good job. And that one is for you, Chris. But again, if you want one, I'm only doing one rung of these, so I'm not going to do them again. So if you'd like one, they are £10 each plus shipping. So shipping will vary depending on where you are, but it's normally £3 was the most for shipping to the US.
So yeah, these are available to any of people who are watching or listening in the US. So yeah, really nice patch. The people that do our patches now, I mean, these are guys I've been using for a long time, and I've switched a lot of people over to them, yourself included. So I think that they do my patches, they do Darren's, they do the South Tennessee Ghostbusters, they do Danny's from Rogue. So if you want a high quality patch, these guys are definitely the people to go to. So.
My first patches were made by someone off eBay who you paid a lot more per patch, but they done shorter rungs. But these ones, you just can't argue. In fact, my martial arts club put me in charge of doing our patches, and that's where I went. So it's not even just Ghostbusters patches.
I mean, if anyone's interested in getting some real quality patches made at a reasonable price, again, ideally UK. Just contact myself or Darren, or contact us through Last of the Petty Cash, and we'll hook you up.
Talking of contact us through Last of the Petty Cash, and I completely forgot the guy's name now. I think it was Matt. I apologise. They messaged Last Petty Cash, and now I've replied to them, but I wanted to get your thoughts on this format as well. They basically said they're going to New York for the first time next year to visit the firehouse. Just wanted any tips. Now, I've replied to them, so I thought I'd let you answer, and then if I've said anything different, I will jump in and tell them what I said. But I assume we're probably going to have said the same stuff, in all honesty.
Yeah, I mean, again, it can be a little bit long-winded. I tend to, the past couple of years, I've done a bit of a sort of bulk ordering for myself and all the guys. So I tend to hunt around. I find it's a really, really competitive hotel, which is of good quality. Please excuse the background noise. That's our dog having a drink.
I think they've already booked it. I think they're more advice of visiting the firehouse.
Right, visiting the firehouse.
And the sites.
Right, okay.
They might not have booked it. I have no idea. But I'll continue because that might be useful for other people.
Yeah, again, it's you just got to be really mindful where you're booking, locations, hotels, everything. Last year, we was lucky enough. No, this year, I'm still in this year. This year, we booked an amazing hotel. So we was very, very lucky. And I've been looking at deals and that for. No.
The light just went for a walk then, so we're just going to carry on from where we were.
yeah. Basically, that's what happens when you have a terror dog loose in the house.
Yeah, I thought you get him under control by now.
Yeah, I have tried. Yeah,
calls himself a Ghostbuster.
Yeah, going back to New York, obviously the hotel we stayed in this year was brilliant. It was really, really good. It was very close and central to Central Park, which left us not too far off of Times Square. Tube station and that, etc., was all nice and close. The tube station, which is near to this hotel we stayed at, takes you straight down to the firehouse. I would recommend, while in the States, use tap on, like, you know, tap with your card, literally as you would anywhere in sort of London or England. It's really cheap, isn't it? I think both of us found that it's the best way to travel is by using the subway. The next best way is, if you're up for it, is to walk.
Yeah, I prefer walking myself. When I went the first year, we done a lot of walking.
Yeah. You're going to see a heck of a lot, so it's great. With anything, I mean, just pick your times. I think that's another thing, you know. Early mornings are great at the firehouse. Bear in mind, it is a working firehouse, hook and ladder 8.
Yeah.
You know, so sometimes, you know, they're not able to answer the door or do whatever, so...
yeah, you know, give it a couple of chances, and then if they don't answer, come back, you know, maybe a few hours or the next day, obviously depending on your plans and stuff, because, yeah, like you say, they're working firehouse, and ultimately, they have a job to do, and selling T-shirts is not a priority.
No, and obviously, other things like, if you're going to do something like the Statue of Liberty, which is quite an important one, book it in advance. Do not rely on being able to turn up and go and see the Statue of Liberty while you're there.
Especially if you want to do the Crown. Because that, I think, sells out months in advance.
I think when the first time we done the Crown as a group together, I booked it about 2 months in advance to make sure we got a really nice early crossing. You know, because you don't want to waste your whole day over there, ideally. No. Because there is so much to see. One
thing I would say about the Crown, obviously, if you're not the most mobile person, or if you are quite a large person, those are things to bear in mind, because it's quite tight getting up those stairs.
It's a tight twisting staircase, spiral
and it's a lot of stairs. If you're the sort of person who, you know, you get knackered getting to the top of stairs at home, don't do the Crown.
Don't do it, no, because once you're committed to it, you are pretty much. Otherwise, you're going to be like a queue of people behind you trying to come down with them. Yeah. It's great fun. I would thoroughly recommend you doing it. Plan, literally before you go. Plan. Look at some of the sites and locations you want to go to. Yeah. Buy yourself a little New York Street map and map them out.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, if you're going, because I assume they're going with their family, so maybe, you know, you might not be prioritising Ghostbusters as your trip. You might be, I have no idea. But I would say, obviously, the main sites, library, Spook Central, Firehouse, are the three you mainly want to do.
Yeah. And sometimes if you look on the map, you'll find that there's a couple of little obscure ones close together. I mean, like when you're in the library, you're at the bank. You're at the bank opposite where they get the mortgage at the very start of the film and that. So you literally cross the road. So there's lots of places close together that are worth doing. Yeah. We will touch on this one because it's a bit of a laugh and it's a bit of a tongue-in-cheek, but I think forewarned is forearmed. I mean, I've visited New York so many times now, it's been a joke. And I learned the hard way the first time I went in the height of summer, which is when Ghostbusters Day is pretty much going to be. The humidity levels in New York, although it doesn't feel particularly hot, although some days it does, and not really what you're used to in London. So beware of chafing when you're walking. Okay, I gave the guys last year when we sat down preparing for this a pep talk, because I said, look, I got caught once, I'll never get caught again. You know, comfortable boxers or underpants or whatever you're going to be wearing, pseudo cream for emergencies, and they laughed and chuckled because they thought it was a bit of fun.
Yeah, no one else in our group had been other than me and you, had
Yeah, no. So, but lo and behold, 2 days in, James realised that I wasn't joking, as he sheepishly walked around New York like John Wayne. Yeah, and then had to come and knock
the
on
looks he was getting.
Had to come and knock on the hotel room door, asking for pseudo cream.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know it's a silly thing, but just, you know, forewarned is forearmed. You know, just be prepared. You are going to be doing a lot of walking. It is very warm. Stay hydrated.
Yeah,
you
and,
know.
and Chris will only rub the pseudo cream on certain people, so don't come ask.
Yeah. Yeah. Last time the queue was ridiculous. It was worse than the autographs at the firehouse. So yeah, it's just one of those. But and just have fun. Don't put too much pressure on yourself.
Yeah, all the legs. That's what you're going for.
Yeah, you know, literally soak it up, have fun. And as I say, if you're going out there for Ghostbusters Day, you know, make a day of it. Get down there early in the morning, have breakfast, hook up with people. Everyone's super friendly. So,
definitely. I can't. I'm sure they told me when they were travelling. It wasn't Ghostbusters Day,
right?
But obviously, you know, this doesn't apply to the one person who asked. This applies to everyone.
Yeah, and again, literally, as I say, I lost, you know, and I've lost count of the amount of times I've been. Please reach out. You know, if you want any help, advice, please reach out to us with specific questions, and I'm sure I can answer them or point you in the right direction.
We take payment in you bringing us Ghostbusters merch back.
Yeah.
Especially if you go September, October.
Oh yes, you'll be our favourite people, our best friends.
Because the first time I went, me and Anna went middle of September, and we took 1 suitcase and come back with 2.
Yeah.
Poor Anna didn't get to buy much. I think it was I was just getting whatever I could shove in the suitcases. Yeah. It was great. Yeah. But well, I think that brings us to the main thing of this episode, and that is Mondo. Now, just before we get into the figure, Mondo have actually had the Ghostbusters license for quite a few years now. I couldn't actually tell you when they started. Now, Mondo have always been a high-end, pricey company. A lot of people were shocked by the prices of these. If you'd ever actually looked at Mondo's website in the past, you wouldn't have been shocked by the price of these, because I mean, how much do they charge for a poster?
Yeah, a poster can be between sort of $70 and $150
for a poster, and you know, they are good quality posters. I made that sound like they're not worth it. They're good quality printed posters again, as this figure is. But I think they've done pin badges. They've done tiki mugs. They did the Stay Puft tiki mugs, which I know me and you have got at least 1 each.
Yeah.
But I think they've done like 3 or 4 variants. Yeah. All the same, just different colours. They've done vinyls of GB1 and 2 with really nice artwork. Although for some reason, I don't know if you remember, the artwork on GB1 made Dana look like She-Hulk.
Yeah.
For some reason, she was green.
Yeah.
But yeah, they've always been a pricey company, and I think these are. I've opened mine, and I think it's worth the money. I have no disappointment what I paid for this whatsoever.
As Darren's saying, I mean, when you're talking, I mean, you know, as bigger fans as me and Darren are, and obviously you guys watching are, if you've missed out on these, I think it's the biggest mistake you're ever going to make. This is by far the best.
Yeah,
real Ghostbusters
the
figure
best
that's ever been
real
made.
Ghostbusters figure. Yeah. So I mean, obviously you had your Kenner one, you had the Diamond Select one, which were okay, but I don't know if you remember the Diamond Select real Ghostbusters that well,
yeah,
but
I've got them.
I don't know how to describe this. It was almost like they were trying to do like a more realistic hybrid. Like the jumpsuits had all the little creases and all them. Yeah. They didn't look cartoony, if that makes sense. And then you had your Matty Collector ones, but just the box. I mean, the artwork on this box is incredible. It opens with a magnet, and you can just see inside. And if you're watching on YouTube, you can see what's inside right now. If you're listening, you open it, you've got a lovely window. It shows you Venkman, Sam Haines, Slimer, all your stuff. It's
so basically you've got a box again. If you're a listener, you know, we apologise, but you've got a box which is designed like the front of the firehouse. Yeah. It opens like as if it's opening into the firehouse doors.
Yeah, and then on the inside, it looks like the inside of the firehouse doors.
Yeah, and as Darren said, with all your characters in there.
Yeah.
Darren will just sort of elaborate on this. There is another version.
Yes, so there's two versions. So this is the timed exclusive version. Now, as we record this, Ray has just gone up.
Yeah.
And I think he's probably got about 3 weeks left at this point. And once that's gone, that's gone. But they are selling the individual figures separately, and they come in a track box, which we'll probably end up buying them for the box, won't we?
At some stage, at least one figure just for the track box, yeah.
Yeah, so if you do want to get these and you missed out on these, you can still buy the individual Venkman, and he will come with Slimer. Egon's next, I can't remember what little figure he's coming with.
Can't remember.
No, I can't now.
Might be the little blue ghost.
That's it, yes, the blue ghost from the intro, isn't it? Yes,
sorry.
And you'll get that, but his main big figure ghost is the Boogeyman. You won't get that in a track box, and you know, and so on. It'll repeat. And it's New York Comic Con at the moment, which we forgot to touch on at the beginning, so we'll talk about that near the end. But they've just shown off Janine a little bit more.
Yeah.
Janine's looking fantastic. Comes with a desk. Now, I don't know how they're handling the timed exclusive to that. I don't know if the desk is her big ghost, so to speak, and she'll come.
I would imagine the desk and the main accessories on the desk, and potentially Janine will come as a single figure with the two small ghosts which are peeking out the drawers.
Yes, peeking out the desk. And I seem to remember now they haven't shown this in the New York Comic Con that I've seen. But I'm sure she's supposed to come with a version of Slimer kissing her.
Slimer kissing her,
yes, which was on the original renders when they first done some teasers. And was there something? I think she's coming with 2 pairs of legs as well, isn't she? She's coming with sitting legs and standing legs.
I think
cross legs,
yeah, something like that, yeah.
Whereas all the images from New York Comic Con are just showing her seated at a desk at the moment.
I think mainly the reason the images that you get from Comic Con that are showing her just sitting is because that's obviously their first sort of like mould, which is like a run, so as you can actually physically see the figure. Again, I mean, I fell in love with it the moment I saw it. It's the best Janine.
Yeah, it's the figure we always wanted as a kid, certainly. I mean, the first Janine figure we got was her in a pink jumpsuit, which was fine, but back then I wanted her in, you know, a proper receptionist attire, so to speak, and I wanted the desk to sit in the firehouse, which we never got. We did get her in, I'm trying to remember what other Janines we got, because we got her in...
We got her in the skirt, which was a screaming, there was a screaming, wasn't it?
Or was it Slimed, or...
The one with her in the skirt where she twists, that's more of an office attire,
yeah, that was the one I'm thinking of, and I can't remember what range that was in now, because it's all going in and out of my head.
It might be Super Fright features or something
that might
like
be
that.
It.
So, but yeah, so this rendition of Janine is amazing.
Yeah, it's incredible. And like I said, no disappointment in this range whatsoever.
So we are hoping, aren't we, that by Christmas time?
Hopefully Egon will be here. I did see someone post on Facebook that they've spoke to the team at Mondo, and apparently Egon is travelling over on boats or something.
Right, okay.
But I'm assuming that's probably for the American market, because I think ours in the UK just shipped direct from China.
Yeah.
But we did have some issues with the shipping on this, because we got shipping notification and then it didn't move for 6 weeks, did it? And then they had to... I don't really know what happened, but it was a bit frustrating. Hopefully we don't go through that again. Hopefully, because I think his original date, we should have actually had him around now.
Yeah.
I think he was pushed back to November, so... hopefully.
Going forward, as I say, I mean, I love all these figures. I will continue, as Darren will, to make sure that we buy everything they throw at us.
We've pre-ordered the first 3, and I don't know if you've pre-ordered Ray yet. I've not quite got round to it, but we both will. We'll both pre-order Janine, and hopefully it continues after that. I
will say, and I remain and stand by this. Ray is my favourite character. You know, even all my flight suits, I have stands. Everything is about Ray for me. But I'm slightly disappointed in the Ray figure. Slightly.
Yeah. We had a good discussion about what it is that was off, and I think we agreed he was a little too tall in the neck.
Yeah.
And a little too like he's been on a little bit of a diet.
Yeah. It's. I think it wouldn't be so noticeable about his lack of chub if the neck had been shorter.
Yeah.
But it's elongated him, and it's one of those things that sort of makes somebody. It's the first thing when they lose a lot of weight and look sort of, you get that sort of lengthening of the neck. And it does look slightly too long. It's not a deal breaker.
Yeah, we'll still buy it, but
I just wish, and I did post on Spirit, I did post some pictures, and I've got a load of cartoon screen grabs, and there's not one where he's showing length of neck like he is in that.
Yeah.
Maybe it's for articulation purposes or something. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe when I get the figure in hand, my thoughts on it might change. But
yeah, hopefully, because ultimately these are prototypes, and he's got to be 6 months away, I imagine.
And I don't, as I say, I'm not being. I've always said I'm not being negative about anything like this. I just feel that if there is something, you can't just say something's amazing because it's Mondo. No,
and and we are generally positive people, but at the same time, we're not just going to say something great just to blow smoke up, Mondo's arse or Hasbro's arse, because I think there's too many so-called influencers who do that because they don't want to ruin a relationship. But if a company hasn't done something quite right, it needs to be said.
Yeah, and it is down to the fans and the influencers and the people to say, look, figure's incredible, box art's incredible, that's just slightly off, and
I think it's a shame, really, and I'm not just saying the Ghostbusters community, this is all toy collectors communities, it's those influencers who they don't want to ruin their relationship, who and it's them that ultimately the company's going to listen to, and it's a shame that they won't really speak up because they want their free toys, all that, and yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go for the rants.
We're not saying that. As I say, I'll be forever grateful to Mondo for what they've done here. Literally, I only opened this a couple of nights ago just because of work commitments and that, and I said to Darren, I would put it out. I haven't even sat and had a proper look inside the box. I just slipped it out of the packaging to look at the front of the box and the actual box, and I was like, my God. This is just beautiful.
Yeah,
it was
stunning.
Yeah.
We're not going to open this one up today, are we? But if you want to see an unboxing, I've done one on my Magic Ghostbuster channel, so check that out and you can see what it looks like open and all that. But it is an amazing figure. You've got 3 different heads for Sam Hain. The Sam Hain figure is just so stunning.
And you've got Sam Hain going into the track.
Yes, forgot about that. And that is such a cool accessory. And I believe every figure is coming with a version of the big ghost being sucked into the track.
Yeah.
And I think you get those with the individual figure.
Right.
Possibly. I could be mistaken.
Yeah, might well do.
And it's just such a cool little accessory, and it gives you such an awesome display opportunity. It's almost like, what one do I display it with? It's almost like they gave us too much choice.
Obviously the most recent one, which has gone up, which is obviously the race stands, the Gash figure. Oh my God. How good is that?
It's ridiculously good.
It's just like the figure you'd always wanted as a kid. And you just, I just look at it and I think, wow. And it also comes with you
get 2 different stomachs.
Yeah, you get drool, don't you?
You get drool, yes. You get drool. Trying to think what else you get now. You get a little tiny Stay Puft.
Yeah. Goggles, ecto goggles.
Yeah, ecto goggles.
Yeah, it's just it's amazing, and even if you're not going to buy these, just take a quick look at it and look at the work and the thought that's gone into these figures.
And you can tell these are made by fans. Yeah, this isn't just some.
It's not Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters. Ultimately that is probably what happened at the top, but the people who have actually made this know their stuff.
Yeah.
You can tell they're dedicated. They even come with some pop-out ghosts on card, and by card, it's actually really thick quality card that you can stand to have in the background of your display, and this one come with Fearsome Flush, and I think it was Bug Eye Ghost.
Yeah, Bug Eye Ghost,
I'm sure there was another one, I can't think what it is. And that'll bring me to my only tiny nitpick, is in the back of this box, there's actually another bit of card of the interior of the firehouse. It's lovely artwork, but they've stuck those to it with some really horrible sticky tape. Now, it's not tape that tore that design, but it left such a horrible sticky residue that I managed to mostly get off with some proper sticky stuff remover. It took me ages, even with that stuff. It was horrible stuff, and I feel like they could have at least used better tape for the money we paid. But it's a minor nitpick.
Yeah, but these are, you know, incredible. Please carry on supporting Mondo with regards to these, because, you know, ultimately, as you say, these are built for the fans.
Yeah, absolutely. And I hope it's a line that continues, because obviously we've got Janine coming after Ray, and I guess my only worry would be, like, not enough people buy Janine. A lot of people might be like, I've got the 4 Ghostbusters, enough for me.
Yeah, possibly.
And I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen lots
of dip.
Yeah, I've seen lots of positivity towards it. What I will say, these, as me and Darren have discussed, these are high-end collector's items. So I think the people that are buying these are the collectors that are in it for the distance, the long haul.
I mean, we could probably all make our top 10 list of ghosts, and they'll all be different on what we want.
Yeah.
I mean, I think my main ones I would love to see. I'd love to see the trio from the pilot episode.
Yeah.
I would love to see Watt and Mrs. Rogers.
Yeah.
With I can't remember the name of the little bird ghost. But them as a 2-pack would be you know, amazing. Maybe even you could have an alternate possessed Venkman head to put on your normal Venkman or something. You know,
there are lots of possibilities with these, you know. It's
you know, and we ain't going to go through them because this podcast will be about 2 days long if we start going down that route. But yeah, so much potential. And I can't really say enough nice things about this set.
No, and it is nice that we can, you know, as I say, be a bit gushy about something for once. Yeah,
absolutely. So one thing left to discuss, and that's New York Comic Con, which is going on this weekend as we record this, and will probably be coming to an end as this episode actually airs, which probably means there's going to be a bit of news tomorrow that's major that we're going to miss. Yeah. And people are going to go, you missed out. So at the moment in time, we've had the Janine thing we've just talked about, so we won't cover that again, and stuff from Hasbro. And I think the main thing was they've shown off the Ectoglow Slimer and Stay Puft, which look great. Exactly how we expected. I don't know what the packaging's going to be like for them.
No, I mean, it is basically your retro Slimer, your retro Stay Puft. Just in Ectoglow.
Yeah, and they look great. Exactly how you'd want them. And then we've just literally watched a video before we recorded of them just showing them behind the scenes of the Ectoglow Copter, which we, you know, is the... If you don't know, that was in the 1991 Trade Fair catalogue that was supposed to be released, along with some other stuff it never did. So, funny enough, Chris actually bought a fan-made one a few months back that was a really nice version. But it's nice to get an official one now.
Because obviously we're going to have the proper box and everything. So.
And I just love... Because to me, that is the sort of stuff I said from the beginning once Hasbro started doing retro stuff, is that I want them to do stuff they never made.
Never made, totally.
And they're doing it. And they're even doing it in the Star Wars line, aren't they? They're doing retro style figures like they didn't make back in the day. And I'm hoping that continues with other stuff. The Firefighter, the Slimerizer, the
Egon's Lab.
Can't remember the name of the figures, the ones with the massive packs with the ghost that springs out. They've probably got stuff in their archives that no one even knows about, probably, that they might have had planned. There was an earlier version of the Slime Blower they planned until it got to the Ecto Charger that we got. So there's loads of stuff they could do, or they could do new stuff that looks old. They could bring us ghosts in that retro style, because you know, obviously we've had this amazing set we just talked about. How about Sam Hain on an original Kenner card?
That would be,
in that style would be amazing.
Yeah, it'd be pretty incredible. There are lots of bits and pieces, obviously, which are still out there that they could do. But so I think we would appreciate things that never got round to being produced, and for them to produce it. We did touch and talk briefly in New York earlier in the year, and we did ask them candidly sort of about the Firefighter and also Egon's Lab, and they sort of like little knowing smile, and it was a bit of a watch this space. So, you know, fingers crossed they would be an absolute, you know, that'd be a killer addition, wouldn't
absolutely.
it?
I think everyone would love that. So fingers crossed. I guess it'll all be down to how all their other stuff is selling. So buy it.
Yeah, I mean, but while we quickly go back to the Ectoglow Copter before anyone gets clucky and starts running round and, you know, selling the children or whatever you need to do, don't panic. It's not going to land until San Diego Comic Con.
Yes, next year, which is
2026.
So we're looking at 11 months.
11 months, yeah, about 10 or 11 months before it's going to land.
Yeah,
so.
And obviously we know people that panicked with the Ectoglow figures and bought them online for an expensive price, even though, you know, they come back on the UK website, and I think they might even still be available now.
Yeah.
So they didn't end up being hard to get at all.
No, everyone does panic, because when it's something you really, really love and you know and you want, you know, you do panic, and you're blinded sometimes, you know. And as I say, I'd have hated to be the person that sort of said to you, look, calm down, you will get a chance to buy it, and then you didn't. Yeah. But I was quietly confident, because I reiterated over that weekend, talking to Emily and Pat and that at Hasbro, and they went, you will be able to buy these. These are going to be available. Yeah. You know, so that is true to their word. They, you know, they could have been just giving me lip service, but they didn't. Yeah. So,
which is good.
You know,
and it made sense, because if they didn't sell the figures, then people would have been, well, not buying the card then, or buying the other stuff. So, so it makes sense, and it is good. And I think generally, we've collected in general is every convention exclusive. Under any franchise, people panic and buy to begin with from a scalper on eBay, and then after a few months, that sort of madness dies down, and you can normally get them a bit cheaper. Yeah. Not necessarily for, you know, for pennies or anything, but normally if you don't, you know, just wait and be patient.
So a couple more things to touch on while I remember, obviously, with New York Comic Con. We've seen a rendition of the 84 pack.
Yes, and that's looking so much nicer than the earlier versions we had seen. It looks stunning.
Yeah, you know? I mean, I think anybody that's invested in this pack will not be disappointed. I think it's absolutely incredible for the money.
Yeah, no, it does look really nice. So, yeah.
And obviously, Ecto.
Yeah, so we've got, obviously, there's the Ectoglow Ecto 1, that looks amazing, and then there's the Ectoglow HasLab version that they've shown off again, that looks amazing.
We've got our notifications to check our addresses.
Yeah, and I think it gave us until the first week in November, or second, I can't remember, so hopefully that is when they'll start to ship. I do remember last year with the 2 in the box, we got a notification, and then it didn't ship for a month after that date. So wouldn't get your hopes up, but it'd be a nice surprise if we get them.
I think we'll get them before Christmas.
Yeah, hopefully.
You know, so,
my 2 in the box was actually delivered on Christmas Eve, and I think most people in the UK was.
Yeah, that was pretty amazing, to be honest, from Hasbro, you know, to do that. I remember being out and about and tracking it, and I said to my wife, it's saying it's going to be delivered, and lo and behold, knock on the door, and it did. But we are in October.
I forgot what we were.
We're in October, and mine's still sitting in the box in the hallway.
Maybe we should open it for a video.
Yeah, we maybe should open it for a video.
Really late 2 in the box unboxing.
Yeah, because I think people don't believe me when I'm not one of these guys that flaps about something. I do want to own them. I do want to own these things, but there will come a time when I'll be sitting and I'll think to myself, look, I'm having a really good day today. I'm calm, I'm cool. I'll have a cup of tea and open something, you know. So it's
maybe that's a podcast for November.
Yeah,
we'll do that.
But we will get round to that.
Yeah, but you just reminded me, we are in October, so we're in the midst of Halloween. I'm currently building a Halloween event. I wish I'd been all morning. So Halloween is obviously coming up, and I just wanted to mention in the UK, as to do Ghostbusters lounge pants is what they call them in America. I think that's called something different here.
Yeah, pyjama bottoms.
Yeah, pyjama bottoms. So they're £14. If that's the sort of thing you'd like, I'd say check out your local Asda or go online, because I think you can have them delivered to you to your address or store.
That's it. And they are really nice. I think both myself and Darren bought a couple of pairs.
Yeah, I've got 2 pairs, and I might go and buy another pair on the way home.
Yeah.
I'll drive past Asda. So
for that sort of money, as I say, you know, you can never have too many pairs of Ghostbusters.
Absolutely. And as Halloween gets nearer, they might even go down in price. So it's always worth looking.
It's strange they didn't do a top to go with them.
Yeah, you would have thought there would have been a t-shirt or something. The only other Ghostbusters bit I've seen was in Morrison's, one of the kids' costumes, you know, it's not a costume, a bit of slime, I think it's got Stay Puft on it and stuff, so you normally get them in supermarkets this time of year. But I can't believe how quickly the year's going.
Yeah, it really is, before you know it, we'll be booking for New York next year. So yeah, we're gonna endeavour to be out there, both myself and Darren, with the podcast.
Yeah, live from the firehouse.
Yeah, so we'll be doing some really good stuff on the day. Hopefully, be trying to hook up with as many of you as we possibly can. And
except you. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, the one there behind the other guy. Yeah, won't be you.
Yeah. Well, I have really, and it's going to be very weather dependent, because obviously the year I didn't go this year just because of stuff, couldn't make it happen. But the last year when we went, it was hot. This year it was raining.
Yeah.
I really want to wear my Vigo costume and specifically get a picture outside the museum.
Yeah.
And the firehouse, of course, but I just think the museum is more fitting. But it's just going to be weather dependent.
Yeah.
I can't really wear my leather Vigo costume if it's pissing down. But
no.
We shall see. I've got this really silly idea for a video.
Yeah.
Right. So, have you seen Avengers Endgame?
No.
No. Right. Okay.
Some of it.
For anyone who's seen Avengers Endgame, if I think it's right to spoil. It's been about 5 years.
Yeah.
So there's this scene right at the end where Thanos is standing there, and Captain America's standing there, looking all knackered, but he's like ready to fight Thanos. And then suddenly all these portals open up, all the Avengers return, all the ones that Thanos have killed and all that. So I've got this idea, right? So it's Vigo standing on the stairs museum, and just maybe a couple of Ghostbusters, not many. And they're like looking all a bit like, oh, how are we going to handle this guy? And then suddenly just swarms of Ghostbusters come in, and then Vigo kills them all.
No, that's not how it's ending.
Oh.
No. Oh. Nice try.
Like, could we do alternate endings?
No.
No.
Okay.
Oh, that's my idea. Chris has kind of ruined it for me, but there you go.
Yeah.
Have we forgotten it? I feel like we've forgotten something, but
I don't think we've forgotten anything major.
No, until we turn the camera off, and then we go.
Oh my god! Yeah, we've forgotten that. No, I think we're on top of everything. As I say, busy time for everybody all round.
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy at the moment.
Yeah, and we see that all the Ghostbusters groups are very busy across the world. So
yeah, I mean, I think some are doing showings and lots are doing events all over the place. It's and if you are a Ghostbusters group that is doing an event, feel free to just promote it in the comments on wherever you watch this video. Let everyone know.
Drop us some pictures. We'll always put some pictures up in the Facebook group and that. So we'd love to see what you're all up to. So. Yeah. We
will. Chris still needs to figure out how to be an admin on that.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there, but I'll get a grown up to help me.
Yeah, I'm not sure you should be in charge of that stuff anyway.
No, I'm not either. So
yeah, when you start just seeing weird stuff on the Last of the Petty Cash Facebook page, which you should be following.
Yeah, you'll know I've managed to become an admin.
Yeah. Right. Well, I think that wraps it up then. So. Okay. Yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, follow us, Magic Ghostbuster, Spirit of 84, Vigo the Cosplaythian, Last of Petty Cash. You should be following and liking everything.
Yeah.
But anyway, until next time, and next time will be a Halloween episode.
Yeah.
We are ready to believe you.
The last of the petty cash went down the drain for Twinkies and coffee and a busted chain. No more donuts, no more caffeine rain, just saving the city and feeling the strain. Ray's got a plan, but it's held with tape. Egon's experiments always misbehave. Venkman's flirting, but it's all escape, while the bank account looks like a dried up lake. The last of the petty cash went down the drain for Twinkies and coffee and a busted chain. No more donuts, no more caffeine rain, just saving the city and feeling the strain. Ray's got a plan, but it's held with tape. Egon's experiments always misbehave. Venkman's flirting, but it's all escape, while the bank account looks like a dried up lake. The last of the petty cash went down the drain for Twinkies and coffee and a busted chain. No more donuts, no more caffeine rain, just saving the city and feeling the strain. Janine shouting, the budget's toast. Ghost traps buzzing, but we're broke the most. No time to worry when there's a haunting post, but who knew fighting ghosts cost a ton of dough?